Hey Crystal, my name is Matthew Pinard, Pinard, and I do watch all your videos. I was drawn to them by the Spirit. The reason I'm sending you this is that I am an author on 8 books on exactly what you were talking about: end times, prophecies, mark of the beast, rapture, angels, demons, and so I wanted to tell you my story. My story began the day after Christmas, 12/26 of 2016. I was living in West Michigan at that time and was asked to go pray for a friend's mother who was sick and dying. She had cancer and MS. And so I went through a Chicago toll booth, and something, kind of a light, hit my car. It was the middle of winter. Sun should not have been out when it was. And something said, just kind of put your camera, cell phone up and take a photo. And what I photographed, I'm going to be showing you a lot of photos, so you can post these on your channel if you wish. But what I looked up and saw was a woman in a veil above the sun with 3 different colored orbs near her veil, and I'm going to show that right now. Hold on. So there's the photo of the woman in her veil. You can see the crease in her veil. You can see her face very faintly in the 3 different colored orbs. I was led to a prophecy online called The Woman Clothed in the Sun from 95 AD. And basically the prophecy states that in the end times we would have massive ejections of basically water and fire from a dragon, a red dragon's mouth, that would be trying to capture a child who would be taken up into heaven. And the interesting part was I encountered a child shortly after that prophecy that was a twin and dying of brain cancer. And when we started praying for him, and a number of incredible apparitions started appearing in the skies, earthquakes started happening. He started telling his parents that a blonde man was in his room telling him he was going to get his own mansion in heaven. And so I started writing these books based on these very paranormal, supernatural experiences. Soon started having very apocalyptic type of visions, and ended up selling my home in Michigan and moving to central Arizona, where I started getting even more visitations, apparitions out here. And I'm going to show a couple of those now and explain what those are. This was an angel that appeared above a church that I was at. This was a Holy Spirit apparition above my house that appeared after a demon had taken my wife's form and then vanished into the wall after her face, its face went black. My wife was on the other side of the house when this happened, but the demon was strong enough to literally take her physical form. This is another angel of the Lord that appeared above my house. You can see the face, kind of like a mohawk and horns. This is a demon and an angel squaring off. You can see the demon is faintly behind the angel. The angel's more of the lighter one to the left. Here's a demon and 2 angels having a conversation high in the sky. And this is something that occurred in 2020 that not even the news is reporting, but I think that it should be reported. The Catholic Church, I was told, was investigating it. But basically, what you're seeing here to the left is a bowl of communion. And what happened was this server had taken communion to a sick person, and that sick person was given the communion, but then the server dropped one of the communion wafers and picked it up and put it in his white handkerchief that he had just washed, laundered, and took that home. When he got home, he pulled the white handkerchief out of his pocket, and it was covered in this red blood. And the Vatican, I was told, is testing the blood to see if it is, the blood of Christ, basically. These were some things that appeared right around the time of this miracle in Utah. And I happened to be there on the day that this blood appeared on this cloth. This is a photo I took of Jesus looking down. You can see kind of the crown of thorns. He's looking down to the left side of the screen. This is another image of him wearing his crown. There's an image of Mary in her veil. I'll zoom in on her face. You can see her face. This is Christ behind a pair of clouds. This kind of opened up. It was like a portal, and he just showed his face one day. I was out hiking. This is another Holy Spirit apparition. You can see that clearly is more than just a cloud. This was so after this blood appeared on this handkerchief, I was given people to pray for. One of them was a relative who had been diagnosed with serious lung disease, and you can see when I prayed for him, these lungs appeared in the skies. Clearly a set of human lungs, but way up in the sky, and they're clear, meaning nothing in them, no disease. That relative ended up going back to the doctor about a week after this appeared and was given a completely clean bill of health, no lung disease at all on the scan. This was a water angel that appeared here in Arizona, and you can see the heart right there in the middle. Now, so what's interesting about this water stain is this is on the grounds of the church. You see the angel to the right. The head is kind of at the top, head right there, and wings. And basically, this appeared when there was no sprinklers on and it had not rained at all. So on a completely dry day, this just formed. And pretty amazing. There's a crown, like a crown of thorns that I got in the sky. This is Mary again. She's kind of holding her finger to her mouth, like shh, kind of a thing. Pretty amazing. Another apparition of Jesus poking through the clouds there. This was an angel, really big arch that appeared. You can see his nose and his mouth pretty clearly. Another photo of Jesus. I was out hiking in Sedona, and you can see the long beard and the face here. Definitely looking to the right. And again, wearing the crown of thorns, which you can see up here on the top of his head. I took these photos personally, so I can vouch for their authenticity. This was also what I believe to be Jesus in Santa Barbara on New Year's Eve. And you can see he's got the crown of thorns, and right above him is Venus. What's interesting about that is he was called the morning star. Christ was often referred to as Venus. This is another image of him holding a big M around his chest. Kind of like, that's my first name is Matt, so I thought that was an incredible sign that he had for me. This is another one of him. You can see now the moon is right where his chest chakra is. And that's the face, what I believe to be our king, who I believe to be here. I'm going to turn the camera back. But anyways, I'm sharing these because I believe an ancient prophecy has come true called the woman clothed with the sun. You can read about that online. Not many people are aware of this prophecy. And so I wrote 8 books about this, and these apparitions are in these books. There's hundreds of photos of angels. I'm just showing you some of the best photos. Also got a photo of Satan right around Halloween. This was the entity that had taken my wife's form, but I do want to show that here really quick. He does exist, and he is kind of running the show right now. So let me show you that photo. And there he is. You can see the 2 black eyes, and this was right above Prescott, Arizona. Right around Halloween, or also around the same time I was getting these other apparitions. But let me show you one more thing that occurred this past Saturday on my birthday. Oh, this was a rapture. So I was having rapture visions, and this looks like an angel being raptured up by a cord. I see like its head is looking up towards the sky, and this cord is there just kind of pulling it up. So I was, around this time I took this, I was getting visions of being like shot up into a shaft of light. I had a vision of a craft, and it had like these rings that was circling around the craft. So a number of rapture type visions myself. The one thing I do want to show you is from this past Saturday. So my birthday is today, and it's my 50th birthday. This past Saturday, I went out to dinner, and my wife and I, this is pretty remarkable, on our way to dinner here in central Arizona, we were at a stoplight, and I just looked up and I was like, wow, that does not look like just like a cloud to me. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So this thing appeared looking like an angel pointing up towards something. And you can see a disc, and you kind of think it might be the moon, but the moon was not out. In fact, it was on the other side of the sky. And I blew this image up, and I had a friend that blew it up to like many, many times larger. But to the right of this disc-shaped image, you can see kind of a face with a crown on it. And this disc image is really interesting because I'll zoom in. You can see 4 kind of hinges to it. To me, it looks like a Stargate. And the moon also did this, the full rainbow ring around the moon, same night. But this was on Saturday, February 24th, this past weekend. And it looks like this angel here is pointing up to this object, saying, go. And it felt very rapturous. But those are just some of the things that I have personally photographed in the last 6 or 7 years. And so, as you know, in 2017, we had the woman clothed with the sun, which she did appear, and that this woman would have this child being given birth, this Revelation 12 sign, meaning the child being the remnant, the church, and that we literally had an asteroid called Child coming through this constellation that looked like a woman giving birth to a child. And now we're seeing the finality of that birth. That astral alignment should be finished here in early 2024. And I think all these images that I'm getting, I do have other people that are getting similar images. There's a woman in Illinois that is getting almost identical Christ and Mary photos in her skies above her home. But it's funny because my wife was not having rapture dreams, and she was kind of upset. Like, why aren't I having them? Am I not going? So I prayed for her to have one, and she actually did have one the day after I prayed for her to have one. And she was whisked up into the sky and met Jesus in the clouds. And she said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and then woke up. But I do believe your viewers are having authentic, prophetic, precog views of what is coming soon. And I just wanted to share this because I think it's important. And I think what you are doing too with your channel is important. And I hope more people get on board the ark and come with us. Thank you.